Welcome to my little tutorial here. Well, it's not a tutorial, okay? I'm just going to make this video mostly for my friends to show off the utilities that I use from Google Play Store that I use on a daily basis that help my life to make it a little bit better. Most of these are utility based. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 of these guys that I use on a normal basis, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so the one that I like to have on here is Smart Tools. Now, this Smart Tools is very useful because it comes with a lot of tools that I use on a daily basis, okay? And I'll go in here. You got your ruler, so you can get a guesstimation of how long things are. You can also use this. What you can do is you can take stuff and you can actually put it on the pad and you can measure it, which is real nice, okay? You can see that there. If we back up, we have a protractor tool, okay? Now you can turn this to the side here and you can have the pendulum swing, and you can measure distances. You can use this by putting stuff on the tablet. This is especially good on the tablet, but you can also use this for your phone. Most of these I have on my phone, and of course this level, which is real nice. You have a level inside of your phone or tablet, and you can use this. This is really nice. Now you can purchase these individually, and specifically this unit converter was the one that I used to start this, okay? But Smart Tools, the developer for this particular app, makes all these individually and then makes this one called Smart Tools. I highly recommend this Smart Tools because it has been a lifesaver for things that I need to go to on a daily basis. That's right there on my phone, and I can have it on my phone, on my tablet. But this Unix converter was the reason why. If you get the free version, it comes with advertisements down in the bottom here. But this is you can check volume, you can check area, basically you know. Okay, so you got, I don't know, say you got, I don't know. Oh wait, so you got 12 feet, or we'll just make it even here. So you got 10 feet, and then over here it'll tell you all the different references for 10 feet. 10 feet is 120 inches. For feet, 10 feet is 10 feet. If you want to go to yards, it's 3.33 yards. All right, when you get the idea. Kilometers, it'll do the conversion to kilometers. It'll do the conversion to miles. You can see that it's only 0.001894 miles. You can do temperature, time, speed, fuel. For science, this is when you get into like static dynamics and dynamics. You got pressure. You can use force, work in joules and powers and kilowatts. So if you're using electricity. And then miscellaneous, certain degree functions. You got your data. You got your fuel. Gallons to milliliters, which, you know, fuel is pretty much, you can find it out back here when you do volume. You can see it's in here, gallons, 7 gallons. And then how many gallons is it in the UK? Alright, and then you can do distance here. Now this here, what happens is it takes the angle so that you can use this, and you can use your camera to measure the distance that your camera sees, and it guesstimates, or it does a calculated measurement of how far the object is to your tablet, so you can estimate how far. And it shows you right here how to take these measurements to get an accurate measurement, which is real nice. Now I'm not gonna do this in this video, but this is something that might be very beneficial for you if you're an engineer in the field and you want to take quick measurements of stuff to bring back to your quote-unquote lab or your office. This could be a highly beneficial application. Your compass. Now again, your compass shows you how to set it up. You do a figure 8 motion, and it's decently accurate. for any compass function on a phone, you're going to get it within like 3 degrees. I think that's like the most I've seen, and most of the compass functions is about 3 degrees. But if I was to take an accurate measurement, I would go get a field compass where you look at the little hair and you do it yourself. And that's probably going to be your most accurate. But these are for general measurements. Like I said, if you're an engineer in the field and you just need to take quick measurements, you go on location and it's not specific. You don't have to pull out the plumb bob and go to town with that. This is something you might want to just for fast measurements. Now this here is going to do your magnetic field. This is your metal detector. This this is fun to play around with. I wouldn't use this to go treasure hunting, but this is fun to play around with, so it's a definite bonus. Now I've used this one when you do your sound meter. Your sound meter is really nice. You see normal conversation, busy traffic, ringtone, and so this is very helpful to me because I have used this to install audio systems in the vehicles, and so I have used this on a number of occasions, which is real nice. Plus, if suppose your work environment is very noisy, you can use this to find out exactly how noisy it is, and then compare it to other well-knowns. So this is fairly nice, and it's fairly cheap compared to buying one off Amazon, which is real nice. Now let's see here. Vibrometer. Okay, this is if you want to, I guess if you're in an earthquake environment, or if your table shakes a lot. Maybe if you live in Haywood, California, you might want to you might find this more interesting than living in other locations. So those are just two things. Let's see what else here. We got your mirror. Okay, now this on the mirror, I will just tell you that I'm not exactly sure. I've never used this, but it's definitely a bonus, and you can mess around with that. Like I said, this is mostly for my friends who are watching this. And here you go, you get your flashlight. Now your flashlight is real nice, it lights up. This tablet does not have a flashlight. That's why it's not lighting up. But basically what this is this whole face here will become your flashlight. And then of course you can flip it over. You can flip it over to have a flashlight on the other side if you want to reverse it. But for this particular what happens is each one of these, like the ruler, the unit, the distance, the compass, the sound, and the light, each one of these is its own application. So if you get the sound application, it's going to come with these two applications here. If you get the compass, it's going to come with the compass and the vibrometer. If you get the ruler, it comes with the protractor, the angle, the angle measurement, and the compass. And if you get the distance, it comes with the ruler. And if you get the unit converter, you get the unit converter. Okay. Now if you get on the light here, and then what's the last one? The mirror. Yes, the mirror, the light, and the light. I'm sorry, magnifying glass. Okay, so your magnifier is not bad. What that does is it uses the camera on the other side to magnify what it's looking at. So basically, if you have trouble reading something for some reason, or I don't know, maybe you're Indiana Jones and you want to look at the scripts from Egypt, and you want to know the fine detail, you can use this, and you can use the camera to look at the specimen that you're looking at, and then you can magnify it on the screen. So that's real nice. That's the first one, the first utility I use. The second utility that I use is the accurate altimeter. Now this was 99 cents. I bought it, and I don't think it's a bad deal. What it does is it ends up taking the measurements of the different functions. Now this particular tablet does not come with the altimeter. Does not have the necessary mechanics to make this work, but this does work on my phone. All right. I didn't use my phone in this case because honestly, like for security reasons, it just it exposes too much, and that's why I didn't use it. But I will say that this is fairly accurate. I'd say within a couple of feet. So this is a nice extra bonus. Let's see what else we got here. All right, now we're getting into some network type utilities that I really, 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 really enjoy. Okay, hopefully I can show you here. All right, now with this application here, let's see if we can zoom out. With this application here, okay, what you can do is you can find out your service connection for your phone. All right, what it'll do, it'll tell you the strength of your service connection for your LTE phone, your 4G, your 3G, and it'll show you up in the network bar here. It'll show you the strength of the signal that you're getting from the antenna. Okay, and it'll show you also in the speedometer looking thing here, and it'll tell you which band it's looking in. All right, so if you can see my Wi-Fi here, you'll see that I'm getting negative 42 dBs here, and I'm getting negative 52 dBs. All right, you'll see the frequency that it's using, and you'll see the encryption, the type of encryption it's using. So if you come over to here, you got your raw signal. Okay, and if you go over here, you can find out. See, the signal is null. In other words, it doesn't show here my network cell info. But basically, what this is, okay, again, this is the network cell info. It's called. Okay, it'll show you basically all the signal strengths of your cell phone signal. So say you're getting weak signal, okay, in your designated area, especially if you're in the rural parts of the nation, and one side of your house gets more signal than the other side of your house. This app will help you determine which side of the house you should be on to get the most signal. So say you want to keep your phone in the windowsill on the good side of the house. This will help you determine which side of the house is the best side of the house to keep your cell phone in, especially if you're doing like a tether. Okay, over here you got your plots that show out, right? And then here you got your stats. Okay, so it tells me to turn on my location. We're not going to do that at this time, and then over here, this is like your bread and butter. This is the part that really flies with this application. This application here, basically, it'll give you a map. It'll give you a map of where the nearest towers are. Okay, now here's the kicker. The kicker with this application is that you could drive around and you could find out all the antennas in your location. So say you want to drive around town and find all the antenna locations. You can find all the antenna locations so you'll know where in your town you will get the strongest signal. You can also, like I said before, with the different plots, you can find out which side of the house gets the stronger signal. You can also find out which antennas are 3G and which antennas are 4G. And that should help you out considerably. Especially if you're mapping out networks and you want to install an antenna, if you want to install one of those television antennas, if you want to get, instead of paying the cable company, there's alternative antennas that you could buy in order to get better signal, and for cheaper price. You just maybe you just have to buy the antenna because there's still FM TV signals floating in the air, and you want to get those. You want to receive those signals. So this is going to help you determine which side of the house gets a stronger signal and which side of the house has the antennas near it. And then over here, we got your SIM info. It'll tell you your SIM and what kind of hardware your tablet or phone has, and it can help you determine all that types of stuff. So I found this, and you can tell. So if you want to pull from a different database, you could direct it to different databases of different antenna types. So this is very good for network, of determining network locations at your particular designation. All right, want to exit, get out of here. Okay, now for home network use. Okay, this is a very good application to use. What this does is, and I'll have to blur most of this out, unfortunately. This is one of my favorite. It's Wi-Fi Analyzer, and I like this application. But the problem with this application is that there is no way to buy it. Okay, it always has these ads running down the bottom, which is a real pain in the neck. And I wish there was a way that you could buy it. 99 cents would be perfect for something like this. What this does is it tells you all the bands, tells you all the all the Wi-Fi's available at this particular juncture, and it tells you what channels they're on in case you want to switch channel. Now, what I like about this is, I know this sounds probably stupid, but I actually like this thing and the fact that it beeps. So you can walk around and find out where the Wi-Fi signal starts to veer off. Like say you want to go upstairs and you want to find out how strong the signal is with the beeping, you'll be able to determine where the signal starts to drop off, and then place your either your repeaters in certain locations, or if you actually just want to move your Xbox or move your computer Wi-Fi, you could do that. All right. If you're not going on a Wi-Fi signal, maybe you don't use wired, you use Wi-Fi. Here it gives you all your channels and all the Wi-Fis that are available in the area. And here is the strength of the signals per channel. If you notice, most of your channel is going to come down here. Just a word to the wise is most of your newer Wi-Fi routers are going to use channels 12, 13, and 14, and most of your older ones are going to end at channel 11. So if you notice, there's a really high signals around 12, 13, 14, but not a lot of routers support that upgrade. So just something word to the wise, but you can see that the stars is very significant as far as trying to pick out the best signal for your router. So that's why I highly recommend this one. Now here again, you have your different decibels per signal. If you want to, what you can do is you can actually go to your tools in here. Wait a minute. If you go to your settings and you go to your hide ad, you can hide the ads temporarily, so it won't show the ads until tomorrow. That's another feature that you can use, but again, you have to. I would pay 99 cents for this app because number one, it's awesome, and number two, I just don't want to see the ads, and I don't even want to go to the settings and change it so I don't see the ads. So again, here you can tell which one's the hyped up one. Seems like the red has the best signal, and you can see which one the red is here. Building C. Right, and then your next best one is the. Oops, this looks like you'd be a Netgear 21. Right here, My Spectrum. Okay, so your My Spectrum. So this guy here, he's got the best signal. I don't know if that's my neighbor or the guy upstairs, but there you go. He's got the best signal. All right, and you can see that. And that's pretty much it with this one, Wi-Fi Analyzer. It's really good and it's really clean cut, and it really helps. Okay, now for this one here, this one is one of my favorite ones. I had just purchased this one. This one is awesome. This, honestly, this does pretty much what the last one did, except that it shows a little bit more. It gives you more options. Okay, now I'm going to have to blur this out, but you're going to get the point here. I didn't put this on my phone because, again, I try to heed the warnings of the OPSEC. So we're going to be doing some OPSEC here. Okay, so let's see here. We got the local area network. We have all the devices on my network. Okay, you have this here where it tells me my SSID and it tells me the manufacturer of my router. Okay, go to your network usage. Alright, gives you the download and upload, which is real nice. Now if you come in here, what you can do is you can do your local area network. It'll tell you all the things on your local area network. You can ping certain devices on your network. You can ping also the internet. You can do a geo ping per location. You can do trace routes, and you can watch it hop around from router to router. You can do a port scan. You do a port scan of your own systems to find out which ports are open, which ports you need to close. It'll also tell you all the different devices on your system and the ports that are open and which ones are being forwarded. Now this part here I haven't figured out yet, the Bonjour browser. If you want to do a Wi-Fi scanner, again, this is going to tell you all the devices on your or that are available to you, and you're going to have your graph here, which, like I said, is pretty much what I showed you in the Wi-Fi Analyzer. Although the Wi-Fi Analyzer is still one of my favorites because it tells you all the channels. You still get now again, like I was saying, with the fact that most routers don't have channels 12, 13, and 14. Again, most of your older routers are going to have 2.4 gigahertz and not the 5 gigahertz that's displayed here. So keep that in mind. All right. Like again, I still like the Wi-Fi one, but again, this one is unbelievable. Now you can do a who is. You can look up websites, find out who owns them. You can do a DNS lookup, and you can do an IP calculator and a wake up on LAN. So this is your basic, yes, your basic PingTools Pro is what it's called. Highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite tools. It's a new tool to me, so I'm totally stoked on that this tool is amazing. I can't recommend that tool enough. That's a new tool for me. Of course, you got your good old super user. Now, I'm not even going to go into this, okay? I'm just going to tell you that it's one of my favorite apps on the phone. I have not rooted this, I'm sorry. So, therefore, it doesn't really apply to this, but I will tell you that that's another one of my favorite apps. Podcast Addict is another one of my favorites. You can get radio stations on here if you have the URL address. You can do the podcasts. It includes a download manager, so you can listen to it offline if you go in locations where you don't have cell phone access in order to download your data, or if you have a data cap, you can use this to basically store your podcasts. So on your ride to work, you can sit around and listen to podcasts, which honestly, podcasts is like the new magazines. Instead of reading magazines at the dentist office, you can put your earbud in and you can listen to these, which is a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it. It's by this guy, Xavier, I think his name is. Dude, let me tell you, this guy knocked it out of the park with the easeability of this particular application, and this is one of my favorite apps. So let's go to Titanium Backup. Everybody's got to have Titanium Backup. It only works on root, so I'm not even going to go into it really deep. But Titanium Backup is one of the preferred methods of backing up your phone and moving it somewhere else. So I don't have root access on this, but soon I will probably do a video of me rooting this because I need to root it. I would like to have it rooted. So again, Titanium Backup Pro, highly recommended. And let's see here. Oh, of course, you got your FX File Explorer. I love this. I also upgraded and bought the FX File Supporter. Again, all these apps that I'm showing you, I actually bought. Okay, so these are the full versions. This FX File Explorer is one of the best. I also like the fact that you can hook it up to your system, and you can use file sharing. All right, you can use file sharing so that you can watch files from your computer on your tablet, and then you can use your tablet as a storage device and watch stuff on your computer from your tablet. So you can do it either way. So that's a lot of fun. I'm not going to go in there real fast with this. This is just an overview of the top 10 utility apps. And of course, we're going to end this one with the Scanner Radio. Now, I totally love this app because I like listening to the police frequencies. And if you have an unlimited data plan, you can drive in your car and you can listen to, well, actually, it depends on your state. Because I think in certain states, it's illegal to listen to a scanner while you're driving in your car. But for the most part, for most states, you're going to find that you can listen to your police scanner through your radio with your Bluetooth. And you can basically switch around from station to station. I find this highly fun to listen to, and also so that you know where in town you probably shouldn't drive right now. Maybe you have a place that you want to go to eat. You can find out if maybe that place is not the place you want to eat tonight. Maybe you don't want to go to that McDonald's. You can go to another McDonald's. Whatever the case is, highly recommend it. Basically what this does is it pulls all the scanner frequencies from broadcastify.com, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. Sometimes I listen to this on the way to bed, and highly recommended. Bought the full version, which is not expensive at all, and it's, again, one of my favorite apps. So there you have it. There's my top 10 utility apps on my phone. Now, I hope you gave you some ideas of what maybe you were thinking about putting on your phone or tablet. There you go. There's my top 10 utility apps for Android. Anyway, guys, moedogga peace. Thank you for watching, and hope everybody's having a great day.